What's up, guys? Now, you know me as a professional world champion kickboxer, somebody who dabbles in MMA. I have a massive karate background when I was younger, competing in point fighting tournaments, but you might not know that I love watching boxing. Heck, if you've watched my fights, you know I love competing in boxing. The only difference is instead of only throwing hands, I throw hands and legs, but I do a lot of sparring in boxing rounds. So tonight I was watching the Ryan Garcia versus Luke Campbell fight. Amazing fight. Both guys just such high level competitors. And man, Ryan Garcia is on point. He is a fun dude to watch. And I want to talk about two things he did tonight. One that was a big mistake and one that was amazing that you don't see very often. So first, let's get a clip up of Luke Campbell knocking Ryan Garcia down. And as you take a look at this clip, you're going to notice Luke Campbell dropping his weight forward to make it look like he's coming down low, and then he ends up coming up high with the overhand, which lands on the jaw and scores the knockdown. Now, nothing but props to Ryan Garcia. Amazing fighter. But I want to point out one little mistake he made here, why this happened. And it's not to be critical, it's just to help other people learn. So when you think a shot is coming to your body, how should you respond? What should you do? What areas of your body should be blocking? And if you watch this in slow motion from the correct angle, you will see Ryan Garcia, he leans back, his other arm's already extended, and he goes to block with his right hand for some reason. Absolutely not what you want to do to block body shots. The hands should stay here. If you're going to fade back, you fade back, but you want to keep that right hand, that back hand tight to your head. From here, you could lift your shoulder if needed, but once you extend both arms, you're completely open. And like I said, he did so many good things in this fight, but this was the one area of criticism that I would have is multiple times when the body shot came, I saw him reaching and leaning backwards. If you guys are trying to improve, you're trying to protect your head, you're trying to avoid taking headshots while still blocking the body, there is one very simple way to do it. And that is utilize your elbows. Your hands can stay up and your elbows just move across. You don't have to stretch them out. You don't have to try and drop them down. It's simply like parrying a shot, but the elbow does the work. And now my hand does not have to leave my head. I would say for the most part, Ryan Garcia looked fairly dominant in this fight. Not obviously in round 2 where he got the knockdown, maybe not round 4, but for the rest of it, he was being very dominant. If he would have blocked with his elbow instead of reaching and avoided the knockdown, it would have been a completely dominant performance. Now, the other thing I want to talk about, which Ryan Garcia did amazing at, is the finish, the body hook. No setup, just lunging right in. Now, when I say no setup, I don't mean no setup throughout the fight. I just mean in that moment, there was no shot high, and shot low. He went straight from his guard right to the low shot. Now, in my opinion, this worked for two reasons. Number one, he'd already been throwing so many left hooks up to head level that Luke Campbell was right away guarding high, which left his body completely exposed. The second reason Ryan Garcia got away with this, no setup, just lunging right in, is he's so fast and explosive. One of the risks you run, if you come right from here and you just step in and you just drop your arm and boom, try and land the body shot, is as soon as you drop, if the guy happens to throw a counter, let's say a cross, if the guy's an orthodox fighter, you are coming right forward into it. But I've actually had a lot of success throwing this, not so much in my fights, to be honest. I usually go 1, 2, and then I come with my body shot, but I'll throw a few clips up where I went right from the guard, right down to the body. And it is surprising how often it works, especially if you've already scared somebody with the head hook a few times, and then you're moving, and then right from there, you're just stepping straight in. It's surprisingly effective. The defense on it is just basically remembering that you have to keep your chin tucked. Don't walk straight forward with your chin really high. If you take the shot, you're going to get hit here and go down. If you keep your chin tucked and you lunge straight in, at least it's coming off the forehead. And a lot of times I say this about body shots. If you're willing to give a hard body shot and take the headshot, you often will win the exchange. Because when you know that headshot is going to follow up potentially, you're ready for it. Your head's not going to get rocked as much because your neck is tense. Like they always say, it's the shots you don't see which hurt you. So if you're throwing a body shot with no setup, you know potentially that punch is coming. It's not a surprise anymore. So those are the two things I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight. It is fun to share my thoughts on the pro fighters at the highest level when I see things they're doing and I go, wow, everybody on my channel might appreciate a little breakdown of what I saw tonight. Make sure you use those elbows to block body shots and never ever letting your hands fade away from the head to try and deal with them. And if you want to try and set up some body shots sometimes, try just moving and just stepping right in. And you'd be surprised how often you can be successful at this. All right, guys, that's all for me today. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Give it a like if you did. Get subscribed. Train hard as always, and I'll see you back here soon for another video.